Hi there, I'm ComicDrake, and Auram wanted me to come on his show to explain to you guys Kid Loki, because that's apparently different from young Loki, which I actually know a thing or two about. So I have 20 seconds to read through this and then explain to you everything about it based on what I know. So this will be fun. Let's go. Is Loki even in this?
Stop. Tell me everything you know about Kid Loki.
So Kid Loki is the brother of Thor, only not, because he's actually a frost giant. And then he was adopted by Odin. So Loki's real dad is Laufey, and then Loki became evil, and he just became a general dick to the Marvel Universe. He was a really bad guy. Until one day he wasn't. He's a good guy. He's a kid now because magic, but not just any magic. The scrolls used their magic because if there's one thing I know about Marvel Comics is that if you have any questions about anything whatsoever, the scrolls did it. Loki's trying to be a good guy. What turned him into a kid is this Ankh, because I saw him holding it, and I'm assuming that's why he's a kid. The scrolls made it, of course. The scrolls made the Ankh that turned him into a kid. And sometimes he's a squid. That's very important. Sometimes he's a kid, sometimes he's a squid, and then sometimes he's a kid again, and then other times he's a squid. He has to fight the Dark Elves, because if it's a Thor book, it's always the elves. The Skrulls and the Dark Elves are at war on Niflheim. Malekith, the accursed, the accused, his dog went to the Skrull home planet because he has dogs, hunting dogs, and it peed on the rug of the Skrull homeworld's throne room, and they're offended by that. They said, we're going to war with you, and Malekith said, this is bad, I need help. So he recruits Loki, who he thought was evil, and then once Loki started wrecking all of the Skrulls' shit, he's using his trickery magic, he's blasting them with laser beams and other magic shit. The Skrulls are like, this is awful, so the Skrulls use their magic that they apparently have, give him this cursed necklace. He is now a kid, but little did they know, and little did Malekith know, that now that he's a kid, he wants to restore himself. The Allfather says, yo bro, I can break your curse if you help Asgard defeat both the Skrulls, our arch nemesis, and the Dark Elves, our arch nemesis. He says if you defeat both of them, then you can be an adult again. Maybe we'll give you a hot female body, because I know that also happens at some point. And that's what he does. It's Loki as a kid fighting Skrulls and Dark Elves. He's a traitor to everybody. Kid Loki became young Loki in the future when he wanted to relive those experiences because he felt like a good guy for the first time in a long time and he wanted redemption. So he went back to the Skrull homeworld and said, hey man, I want to go through puberty again. Can I have another necklace? And they say, sure, dude. And they give him another necklace, and then he becomes a kid again. That's Kid Loki. Have any other questions for me? So my name is ComicDrake. You can find me in the description down below, or by clicking a icon in the corner of the screen, or by clicking Loki magic box right here. But we're actually going to talk about Mjolnir on my channel. That's Thor's weapon, by the way.
Hey guys, so what you just watched was obviously not a show with reviews. April Fools. It was actually a prototype/test version of a new show that I'm coming up with called Retcon. The premise of the show is pretty much what you just saw. Basically have people, preferably people that don't know that much about comic books, talking about a comic book character or a comic book story just based on just like face value. So for example, one that you'll probably see when the show launches is having someone who doesn't know anything about comics, doesn't read comics, try to explain Spider-Man's origin from memory, from just pop culture or whatever, probably also give them a picture of the character, just some basis to start from. And again, what you just watched is a very loose and prototypey version of what the actual show is going to be. It'll be similar, but more improved with its own branding and everything like that. So why did I release it on April Fool's, and why did I pose it as a show with reviews? Basically, if you guys like this prototype thing, then I will go ahead with the show and release it on the other Wednesday when the show with issues doesn't go up. So I will be back to having 2 videos every week. So let me know in the comments, by liking this video, by just watching this video, would you like to see more of this type of thing? Obviously, we won't have someone with an established comic book channel on every time. It's going to be kind of a spiritual successor to the Show on the Streets, which was a show back in season 1 where we interviewed people that knew nothing about comics. So it's kind of a spiritual successor to that. We're gonna get people that you wouldn't know, that just don't really know much about comics, and we'll try and see them fumble through Spider-Man's origin or something similar to that. Also, if you have any suggestions for what we could tackle in Retcon, let me know in the comments as well, along with your opinions on it, what could be improved. Obviously, like I said, this is not a final product, but I want to hear your guys' opinions, so just let me know. But other than that, that's all I have for you this time. Next Friday, we'll be back to doing normal show with reviews stuff, and hey, maybe the Wednesday after that, an episode of Retcon will go up. Who knows? But I'm just gonna leave it at that. So be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments, and subscribe before you head out, so you don't miss out on anything that I upload every Friday, and maybe every Wednesday. That all being said, of course, thank you so much for watching. Next time, I have a nice sit-down with those scrolls that Kid Loki was taking on, and just ask him, what's going on here?